How was your day? I'm Anna, and I'm getting excited because we are going to start our July transformation tomorrow, and we're going to be painting every day during the month of July. I'm going to hop on YouTube Live and do a free live paint session with you guys, whoever wants to join me. If you want to get in on that, send an email to annacoinart@gmail.com. It's in the description below if you want to get that spelling. And send me an email and mention July transformation. I'll put you on the email list for reminders for the live videos and maybe anything else that comes up during the month. And I thought I would hop on tonight before we start tomorrow because I want to get paints and stuff ready. So when we come to tomorrow, there's like no excuse to not be ready to do a painting. Sometimes when I am not ready to paint, I like doing a soft start and just getting a painting ready and telling myself I don't have to start it, especially if it's like an intimidating project or commission. Tell myself I don't have to start it, but I'm just going to get it ready. So we are going to prep tonight, and I actually went back to an old video of mine, and it is a list. It's like a complete list of everything you need for acrylic pouring. I've been doing a lot of resin art lately, and so I wanted to go back to that list and make sure that I had all of the things I need for acrylic pouring. We're going to do some Dutch pours tomorrow. So I wrote down everything, and I also linked that video in the description. So if you want to go and watch that, it's a really complete, clear, easy to watch video that gives you just like the basic things you need, and then just some extra helpful tools if you just want to make it a little easier or take it to the next level. So if you guys were with me last night, we went to Hobby Lobby and we got some supplies. And so we're going to start by grabbing some of those and setting those out. I'm sorry if this is going to make a loud noise here. I've got the phone up on this little, this is a really handy little tripod because I can has the light affixed to it. I can like point it towards me, and then I can also point it down to the table so I can film what I'm working on here. So here's my little studio setup. This is where I'm going to be doing the live videos. I love having this bar area to use in our basement. Our kids play down here, and I can just make art while I'm keeping an eye on them. We also have these walkout doors that go outside, so I can watch them outside while I'm painting too. So it works great. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a canvas. We got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them at Hobby Lobby. We got 7 last night, so we had 1 for each. Hi Max. Hi Liam. We have 1 for each day of this week, and then we can kind of go from there, decide what we want to do. So I'm going to start tomorrow with, oh, and I also wanted to hop on live tonight so I can try out my sound. Can you guys hear me? I have a little like plug-in mic, and usually the sound on the phone is really bad, so I'm hoping that the lavalier microphone will be good. So I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can. All right, so we're going to start with this little, I feel like I'm a little blurry here. We're going to start with this little canvas right here, and you're going to pick our paints. I think I will start with, we'll just start with a white base for tomorrow. And what colors do you think, what should I use? Okay, to be decided. I'm really bad at decisions. Let's go back over to the studio here and get some of the supplies that we are going to need. Put you back up here if I So first thing, I'm going to clear off this resin stuff. We're going to unpack this canvas. And if you guys want to join in the July challenge, painting every day, feel free. If you're not available to come on when I'm live, feel free to watch the video later that day when you want to hop into your studio space and make your painting. Also, feel free to follow along with the project that I'm doing. I'll be doing it in real time, so it'll be going at at the right pace. It won't be sped up or anything. So you can join in along with me, or you can just work on whatever you want to during that time. So we got our canvas, and then I like to prop it up. I have these little paint tripods, or these little push pin things, which I think I'm going to use these because then I can move this off the surface to make space for another painting. And we're probably going to need to move it because for doing my everyday, and in the acrylic pour, how slow they dry. I mean, it's a few days before it really stops moving around for sure. So I think our plan will be, as soon as we're done pouring it, we will, of course, have made sure it's level, and we'll move it over to one of the counters behind me. And that'll be our little drying system. It's almost like you have to have a little system when you acrylic pour, like with this drying and the storing of your paintings. So you have to have one place where you pour, one place where you dry, one place where you store, and then I like to have a place where I pack and ship everything, so all of those materials are in one. All right. We've got canvas down there. And let's see if it's level. So we're going to grab a level and where one is. This is why this is good to set up the night before, because we're not going to be wasting our time. When we come on here to paint tomorrow, we are going to be just focusing because we're only giving ourselves an hour, these paint sessions, and acrylic pouring, doing a whole painting start to finish, probably going to take an hour, unless we are mixing up a big bunch of paint, then it's going to take longer. So that's why I got small canvases. We're going to do little projects so we don't have to spend too long mixing. Let's check our level here. This is handy. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so we got our canvas ready, but I forgot to put the tape on. So we're gonna put some tape on. Frog tape is the best. It's great on the back of the canvas. It comes off clean. I also have a little video on how you can remove the tape after you've done your pour. And that's on my channel. I tried to do a lot of little helpful quick tips and tricks for acrylic pouring. So there's a really easy way to remove your tape once your paint's dried and everything, to leave nice clean lines, nice sharp lines. So what I'm doing is down here. For some reason, I don't know, do I have to have it rotated a certain way to make it, because I can't rotate it the other way for some reason. So sorry if this is a weird orientation, but all right, so I'm doing this all in the wrong order. We gotta take out the pins, tape right along the edge. You don't have to do this, but I like the backs of it neat, especially if I'm gonna end up selling the piece. And here's another thing. Who knows if this is gonna turn out, right? Our goal this month is to paint every day. We're not gonna get a masterpiece every day. In fact, there's probably gonna be some pretty bad ones, but that's okay, because every acrylic pour you learn from. And you just keep tweaking things. You're like, why did it do that? And you tweak things, and then you try it again, like I'm going to do it this way this time. And the best teacher for acrylic pouring is really experimentation. You find out what you like and what happens when you do this. So I like the idea of prepping the night before. That way, when it's time to paint, we can just jump right into it. Okay, and then I always make sure that I really get the edges down hard, very flush to the edge, because then no paint will seep under there. All right, stick our pins back in. So this first week, I'm doing all Dutch pours. It's my favorite acrylic pour to do, and I honestly haven't done one in probably 2 years. So I did a lot at first, and then I started to do a lot more trays, and I did flip cup pours on those. And then I did a lot of resin cutting boards and stuff. So I've been doing a lot more with resin. But I think my favorite thing is Dutch pours. So that's what we're going to do at least the first week. And therefore we can just, get better, and also have fun. So the goal for the month is to paint every day. If you want to join in, email me. The email's in the description, and I'll put you on the list for the reminders. We're not looking for perfection in our paint sessions. We are looking for, we're just going to be proud that we made ourselves paint every single day, pour paint on the canvas, and have fun with it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to, hopefully with some of you guys, defeating artist procrastination, where we put off or we don't let ourselves create, even though it's what we love to do, and I put it on the back burner, or wait till we're all done with the other practical stuff of life that we have to do. But as you guys know, art is, it might seem like an extra thing or a useless thing, but it is really, really important to feel like the life of our soul. It's really important. So I always say beauty is to the soul what bread is to the body. We need it. Our soul needs it to live. Okay, so we have our canvas ready. It took a little while. I'm going to have an apron handy so I can just put this on over my clothes and paint and some kind of pouring medium. That's the very, very basics of what we need. So canvas, paint, and pouring medium. For pouring medium, I am just going to use water and maybe some Floetrol. I usually put Floetrol in my acrylic pours, but I also am a huge fan of Rinska Downa, and she just uses really good paint and water. So I might try some of the Dutch pours with just water and see if I can get them to be successful like hers. I have done some with water before, and I like it. So, but I also might keep this on hand, the Floetrol, and maybe use that too. I'm gonna grab some water. And I use distilled water. You can use tap water, but I don't know. The distilled water maybe just more pure. Before I came down tonight, I was having a rub your float with my husband, and we had a little date night. He went and got ice cream for us. It was really nice. And then went down to do the live video, and he said he was going to tune in from upstairs. So if you're watching, Blair, hello. Okay, got the distilled water. and then heading down. Okay, so my big question is, what time am I going to come on every day this month? I keep going back and forth. I was thinking morning because that's like my best time of the day. But today, like this evening worked out better. And I'm thinking I might try for evenings like at 8:30, 8:45, because the kids go to bed around 8 or 8:30. And then I don't have to worry about anyone waking up. Like if I wake up in the morning and do the video, maybe they'll wake up before I'm done, or I won't finish before my husband has to go to work. So I might shoot for the night unless I have something going on that night. Like once in a while, we have our artist group that ends at 9 at night, so that might be too late that night. Might do it in the morning that day, or like some other random thing that comes up. So I think I'll shoot for the evening, and if that day is not gonna work out, then I will try for the morning. So okay, so we got our water, we got our paints, our canvas. Another thing that's good to have is some kind of surface protection. I'm using a silicone mat. This is awesome because once the paint is dry, you can just peel it off of there. I also love using, I don't have them down here, just, oh yeah, I do. Just a trash bag unfolded out like I have over here. It's really nice when you just want to be able to throw it away when you're done. And that's what I'll probably use over here and spread out a drying space. Yeah, I guess I might as well do that right now because this is what we're doing. We're trying to prep it all so there's no excuses when tomorrow comes. And we don't have to waste time doing it tomorrow. So this is where our first painting at least is going to dry, and I'll probably have to make some more space for some other things. Okay, so we've got our protection of our surface, and then if you want to protect your hands while you're painting, totally optional. I like these nitrile gloves. They are great. They're nice and snug to my hands, so I can like really have control over what I'm doing. I use them for resin too. I'm also going to want paper towels. So as you know, if you acrylic pour, it gets quite messy. So definitely stuff to clean stuff up is necessary. Okay, so there was no paper towels. So we're gonna look in the bathroom. See, none. This is why we have to do this the night before, right? Otherwise you guys are stuck watching me scramble around to try to get stuff. Back upstairs, paper towels. I should just bring my list with me. So again, I'm gonna come on every day in July and do a live free painting session. We're gonna do acrylic pours, and it's gonna be every day, no 0 days. Even if we don't finish a painting, even if it's a total flop, we are at least gonna get paint on the canvas, and that's gonna be a huge step of progress. I'm also hoping that I have some other shows to prepare for that will be more resin cutting boards and stuff, wine sets. I do a lot of like wine butlers, coasters. I'll show you. Here's some coasters. It's a little blurry, I'm sorry. And then I do a lot of resin on cutting boards. I don't make the boards, I just buy the boards and do the artwork on them. So I have a show coming up in about a month that I'm going to have hopefully a lot of resin stuff for. And don't really have anything in stock. So I'm going to have to make stuff this month for that as well. So I'm kind of hoping that because I'm getting in the studio every day to paint, when you do something like consistently, it just makes it easier to do it. So I'm hoping I'll also go down maybe another time later in the day or earlier in the day and work on some of those other projects that I have. Okay, so we got our paper towels. Let's see what else. Cups for mixing. So, oh man, those are upstairs too. Okay, so I've got a few little cups down here. Oh, these are actually good because we are going to use a small canvas, so we really only need these little cups. And then maybe a big cup for the white. Yeah, I wonder if I want to mix up like a big batch of white tonight. Actually, that might be a really good idea because then we can have it for a few days. And if we mix it up tonight, it's a little tip. By the next day, a lot of the bubbles will be just evaporated out of it. So I think we should mix up some white tonight. Just want to make sure I have a container with a lid that I can put it in. Let me know if you can't hear me. Again, I'm trying out this microphone and I haven't done it with a live video before, so I hope that you can hear. Before we mix the white, here's just a couple other things I'm going to have on hand. A torch. We've got some butane fuel to put in this if it runs out. So this we'll use for popping the bubbles and making some cells, hopefully. Oh, hair dryer. I'm going to need to grab that from my bathroom upstairs because we're doing the Dutch pour. I'm definitely using a hair dryer to blow that out. I'm going to grab this cake froster for spreading out the paint on the canvas. I've got some mixing sticks. Yeah. That's all I have written on my list. So I just need to make a note to myself to get a hair dryer. And I don't remember. Oh, the cups. The hair dryer and the cups. Okay. It's kind of late. Getting a little tired. Okay, so we have everything set out pretty much here that we need for tomorrow, except the hair dryer and the cups, which I'm not going to drag you upstairs again to get. All right, so we got it here. We got it all ready. We haven't chosen our paint colors yet, but I don't think I can make that decision tonight. It just seems like I will be more excited when it's time to paint tomorrow to make that decision. But let's go ahead and mix up some white paint. So bring you down here and show you the special secret easiest recipe in the world. Okay, and let's make a big container so we can use it for a while. Here I've got some Artist Loft white soft body acrylic paint, and then I also have this titanium white Master's Touch, just got it from Hobby Lobby last night. These are both pretty soft. I will add water to them, and I'm just going to start with what I have in this one, and I will add from the new one if we want to mix it more than what's in this bottle. Okay, quite a bit in there. Okay, I've got about a third of this filled. I'm going to stop because, and yes, I think I'm just going to do water with the white paint for the base. I'm not going to do the Floetrol in the base. I may do this with some of the colors, like a couple of the colors, and we'll see if it like gets us some better cells or anything. But with the base, I'm just going to use water. So all I do is just add some water, stir it up, and then add more until it's how I want it. And since this is for the base, it's going to be quite thin. So thinner than anything else I will be using on the piece. It's all going to be pretty thin for a Dutch pour. Flip cup pours, I do it thicker because it kind of holds its shape better. But for Dutch pours, if it's not thin, it's not going to blow out easily and make those really pretty fluttery, wispy designs. All right, the water's pretty much incorporated and it's still gloppy. So we're adding more. Luckily, this isn't going to take too long. And I'm getting lots of bubbles. So it's good we're doing this the night before. Because then tomorrow when we paint, it will be much less bubbly. I know it's going to happen. As soon as I'm done mixing this, I'm going to want to keep going. And I'm just going to want to do this paint. But I'm not going to. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Yeah, so if anyone is tuning in right now or later, if you tune into this, feel free to send me an email if you want to get on the list for the July transformation. We're going to be doing a live paint session every day this month. So if you want to get on the list for reminders of when I'm going to come on, most days I think it's going to be pretty consistently kind of in the late evening. But you're more than welcome to tune in then or to watch it, different time that day or the next day. But feel free to paint along with me and do the project I'm doing. Also feel free to just use that time just to kind of hang out and paint together. Just paint whatever you want to work on, whatever you feel inspired or excited about, or if you have something you've been wanting to finish for a while. It is so encouraging, like that thing that you like, the unfinished painting that's been sitting there, like making you feel guilty or bug you for forever. It's so refreshing to just take that and finish it and move on. Or if you're not going to finish it and it's been years and you're not going to finish it, sometimes I just throw those things away and I'm like, it's time to move on. You're stopping me from making a new artwork. Okay, this is very runny. I like it. I think it's going to work for our base. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and stop there. If it kind of thickens up overnight, we can add some more water tomorrow morning. But that's good. Now we have like a good amount, at least for a couple or a few paintings, mixed up and ready to go. And now we just got to figure out what to put over this to keep it, because there's no lid with this anymore. So I think what I'll do is I'll just rubber band it with some plastic wrap for now. All right, well, I can't think of anything else we really need to do before tomorrow comes. I'm excited to get into the studio tomorrow and make a painting with you guys. I hope you join me. And if you don't join during, you can just tune in later and put it on the background while you make your own painting. And I hope you will join me in the challenge of trying to paint every day in July. Even if you just work on a painting, even if we get part of one done, or just get a start on one. I think it'll be such a victory just to have no 0 days during the month of July and just see where it takes us. We waste a lot of time putting things off that we want to do. And one of the things I want to do, and maybe you do if you're watching this, is to make some beautiful art. And I want to be a prolific artist, so I want to do a lot of beautiful art. It really brings me joy, and it's one small way that as artists we can make the world a more beautiful place. So, Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. I think I plan to come on tomorrow evening around 8:30, 8:45, and we'll make our first painting for the July transformation. If you want to be on the email list for reminders, email me at the address in the description. And you can also check out that video I linked in the description that shows and lists all of the items that you need for acrylic pouring. In my experience, the essentials, and then just the other helpful things. Take care. God bless. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. And I will see you tomorrow.